If you got the bigger bag, then I'll listen.
Right.
Stay home. But if their bag ain't right, I'm out. That's whole talk.
The people surrounding you, Big, if they are encouraging you to stay in pocket, it's easier for you to be in place longer.
Dubai insiders are conjecturing that 50 Cent was just added to a blacklist, primarily because he called the biggest scam in his career French Montana's royal engagement. What should have been a fairy tale proposal to a billionaire princess is now turning into a $200 million scandal that might cost $50 million globally. The most ridiculous part is that fans don't know if 50 breached the boundary that hip-hop beef was never supposed to transcend, or if French just worked his way into the royal family. To understand why this has grown to be such a significant issue, let's take a look back in time. Shortly before his death, French had already started to demonstrate his new lifestyle. Designer sales during Fashion Week in Paris, giving the appearance of a man who suddenly transforms into 50 Cent. It was more than just a display. This was how the last scam was set up. And when he finally locked in the 31-year-old Dubai princess, it wasn't just a glitzy party. Power, wealth, and a multi-generational bag were all yelled. Now you have to understand who Sheikh Amara is. This isn't your normal influencer or socialite. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates, is her father. Her personal net worth is estimated to be between $300 million and $1.5 billion. Her family is thought to be worth between $18 and $20 billion. For generations, it's been money. A $1 million diamond ring is just a small sample of the wealth this individual possesses. French Montana, on the other hand, is worth about $50 million. Really impressive. However, in royal circles, that is merely pocket change. When this engagement was made public, the internet went berserk. Some of his supporters were thrilled. French was selling Kraken DVDs in the South Bronx at the beginning of the new millennium. He is currently marrying a Middle Eastern princess. His life is crazy. Instead of seeing this as love, they saw it as the greatest bag grab in hip-hop history. Others secured the bags for future generations by turning it into a meme. Some people then believed it to be the big disclosure. One comment went viral. "It's going to be a long life for that boy." And they believed it to be true. Today, the French have billions, castles, and global clout. They were right, to be honest. Mara's obscene wealth just put Montana in a whole different category. Not everyone, of course, thought this was a love story. As 50 Cent later shouted out, several fans immediately called it a straight-up bag-securing move. Who wouldn't want access to billions, boats, castles, and world power when you stop to think about it? To make matters more complicated, Sheikh Amara has a history of attracting attention. In a now-deleted Instagram post that went viral more than a year ago, she announced the dissolution of her marriage to Sheikh Mohammed bin Mohammed bin Rashid. "Dear husband, I hereby declare our divorce as you are occupied with other companions," she wrote in plain language. "I am divorcing you. I'm getting a divorce from you." The Islamic triple talaq was referenced in the post. Practice. Her marriage ended suddenly in front of the world. She subsequently debuted her perfume brand, flaunted her opulent lifestyle throughout Europe, and was regularly spotted in Paris, Dubai, and Morocco with French people. By the time this engagement became public on the internet, people were already conjecturing that Montana had officially negotiated his way into royalty. There are multiple jokes that say French would be stupid to fumble that. We are talking about wealth that transcends wealth. And that's where things go insane. As you already know, 50 Cent is the one hip-hop musician that is unable to refrain from ridiculing the accomplishments of others. Furthermore, 50 didn't waste any time when French Montana made his public debut by getting engaged to a princess from Dubai. He reportedly started insulting people, as he always does, although this hasn't been confirmed. But this time, it was far more than just making up words about cars or music. 50 started to suggest that the engagement was about more than just romanticism. A scam and deception cost millions of dollars. Even if it was insane enough, fans weren't exactly rejecting it. Some even they sounded like they agreed. Someone had written, "No matter what, French is going to find a way to get it back." "I've never seen a hustler hustle this hard," said another. Despite French and the princess's portrayal of it as love, many people on the internet recognized exactly what 50 was alluding to. French was life's biggest financial transaction. For many who had followed their feud over the years, this didn't feel costly. 50 has a history of ridiculing French. Remember when French bought the Bugatti in 2019? 50 categorically stated that it was financed, not paid for with cash. "Just got the papers," he captioned the documents he removed. "Do not attempt to play with me at all." He secured a 60-month loan in 2008. It will be 2025 when you exit that vehicle. As 50 Cent put it, "I just got the papers." Do not attempt to play with me at all. He got a 60-month loan on a '08. It will be 2025 when you exit that vehicle. Power will be available in 3 days. French responded by calling 50 a dinosaur and shrugging it off. But during the entire affair, French was characterized as someone who shows off wealth that he does not actually own. Now, in 2025, 50 asserts that this larger-scale engagement in Dubai is the same game. Let's face it, when you look at the numbers, it's easy to see why 50 would call it a scam. The already wealthy Frenchman Montana marries a princess with billions of cash. To 50, that isn't a fairy tale. It's a fraud. Here's the catch, though. It's one thing to trot French about a car or river, claiming that a royal dynasty participated in fraud. That level of risk is completely unprecedented. These millionaires have international corporations, political clout, and reputations that they will stop at nothing to preserve. Because of this, news quickly spread that trolling in the 50s had reached a breaking point. You see, it's one thing to have beef within the rap game. Ja Rule, Diddy, French Montana, 50 Cent, or anyone else. In the worst situation, there are only lawsuits, diss tracks, or sarcastic remarks on Instagram. But you're playing with a completely other fire when you start using the name of a royal family in conjunction with the word swindle. Reputation is crucial to people in Dubai. They spend billions on business, tourism, and positioning the United Arab Emirates as the epitome of luxury. Therefore, an American rapper implying that one of their princesses is involved in a dubious endeavor is the last thing they will put up with. The Blacklist rumors are making a great impression because of this. 50 has been discreetly shut out of Dubai, according to our informants. This indicates that he is not receiving any events or performances. And if that's the case, it goes far beyond simply making fun of French on Instagram. Access to some of the fattest bags in the world would be lost if Dubai were cut off. It's also not implausible. UAE promoters have long been wary of foreign performers with troubled histories or risk acts that can be culturally offensive. In fact, do you recall when Dubai blocked 50's own website? The block was only lifted just prior to one of his performances by the Telecommunications Regulatory Authority, a federal agency in the United Arab Emirates. The story didn't end there. 50 was ambushed and shot 9 times after criticizing drug lord Kenneth McGriff, also known as Supreme. He had to relocate to Canada in order to continue recording when the fallout banned him from the U.S. music industry. In retrospect, he even referred to it as karma. Interview 80282.
You targeted.
You're such a good guy.
It's my past.
It was a drug thing,
No,
like a
it's just-
business thing.
It's calm.
And it appears that 50 hasn't learned the lesson after all these years. This is where things start to get complicated. No official documents have been dropped. However, the UAE doesn't precisely publish public blacklists of celebrities, as you are all likely aware. However, you may sense the block without a press release if you understand how these things operate. Consider it. In Dubai, 50 used to be heavy. He held events, had commercial partnerships, and even had connections to Abu Dhabi's business elite. However, insiders began speculating that the invitations stopped coming in an instant following the commotions surrounding the French Montana engagement. No more high-end parties, no more lucrative gigs, nothing. And that quite says a lot in the entertainment industry. Access is key in Dubai. If the doors open because you get along well with the royals. If you're not, they abruptly close and never reopen. And since it's no longer about 50 in French, that's the part that everyone is missing. Rappers in the US constantly make fun of one another. Because it's ingrained in the culture, diss tracks, beefs, and IG shade are all common. However, the regulations radically change when Dubai royalty is involved. Now you're not only taking the chance of a conflict, your entire worldwide bag is at risk. and true strength lies in silence. Rappers are aware of it as well. They will attack Diddy, Jay-Z, and even the Fed, but not royalty, because criticizing millionaires with political clout may close doors all over the world. So what has happened to 50 might be the clearest sign yet that hip-hop beef has limits. And it's not music that sets those boundaries, but censorship, politics, and money.